Hey, what is going on, Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is part 2 of last night's video, which I talked about potential hero skins from the prequel trilogy. This will be its follow-up, which will be talking about the villains of the prequel trilogy and potential skins I hope to see. But once again, none of this is confirmed, and this is all for fun and games. And if you do think I missed something, please let me know in the comments below. Without further ado, let's kick things off with General Grievous. Obviously, Grievous doesn't really have any more skins that he could potentially have in the game. He has his base Jedi Hunter skin, his battle damage, and then the unique and very amazing Shattered skin. So, I mean, there isn't really much we can do to Grievous. However, I know this may not ever happen due to how hard it would be to animate, as already stated by DICE and the executives who were behind the Clone Wars animated series, but giving him his caped appearance, I think, would be very unique and very amazing and just cool, because I think this would be a very, just amazing skin to have, as now he could not only be, not battle damage, you don't have to wear his normal base skin, but giving him this rare, I'd say this would be a rare skin, giving him, this, rare skin where he looks still fresh, brand new. He's not damaged in any way, and he has a cape on. I'd say that'd be very unique. However, this is very unlikely, as animating this, as stated before, is a pain, and I don't expect DICE to actually do this. But a man can dream, and this is one of my dreams right here. Now to move on to Dooku, I'd say that there's not really many options like Grievous. However, I did find some interesting skins he could have. To start off, we have what I'm going to call the prisoner skin, which I would label as a rare skin. This, I believe, was only seen in the first season of the Clone Wars, where he was captured by Hondo and his pirate gang, and I'll have an image of it up here. It's not that drastic for what we have, however, I also think it's not that bad looking. I mean, it's kind of similar, I'd say, to his default appearance without a cape and all that, but I don't know, it's just interesting, and it exists. It's a canon skin. It's a canon appearance for Dooku. So I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually were like, hey, let's just add this. I mean, it's not that hard, I'd say, to add it. It's not much. It's not like he's battle damaged or he's like just wearing something completely drastic. I mean, it's just a color change without no cape. I mean, I don't think that's too hard. However, this next one might be very controversial and might not make sense. But I'm going to put his Jedi Master appearance as a legendary skin. Obviously, this is very obscure and wouldn't even make sense, because if he's a Jedi Master, why would he be fighting for the Separatists? But my logic is this would be a skin that he would be wearing. This would be an appearance for him after he left the Order. Maybe before meeting Sidious or after and doing the initial steps to constructing the CIS. I don't know. Very obscure. Probably not going to happen, but once again, a man can dream. Now to move on to Maul. Obviously Maul has been begging for a skin. Well, not Maul obviously, but the community who loves Maul in this game. I'd say that there's 3 easy skins that could be somewhat... I believe that there's 1 easy skin that can be somewhat added, and then 2 skins that might be a little more of a challenge. Now, the first one, the common skin, would just be a hooded appearance, and this would literally just be his default appearance the hood up. Not much special. I mean, it's just a hood on, and that's why it'd be common. It's only 5,000 credits. Anyone could afford it, really, after that takes us a few games, a few matches, and a few daily quests. I mean, it's just a hooded appearance, man. Come on, just give them all something. I mean, come on, at least this. Now, the Mandalorian leader skin would be very unique, especially now that we have Season 7 of the Clone Wars. I mean, obviously they're going into Age of Rebellion, but come on, giving Maul his Mandalorian leader appearance would be very cool, because he's already wearing it for Season 7, he's been wearing it since Season 5, Season 5, and I mean, it's not too drastic, it's not like they have to change anything. I mean, obviously he doesn't really have dual blade, well, he does have dual bladed in Season 7, but when it initially implemented he didn't, but whatever, just give him the dual lightsaber and everything would be fine. However, that would be a rare appearance, but however, his epic appearance, cybernetic legs, which is what we see when he's first introduced in Season 4, would be more of a challenge, because obviously he's a lot taller, his his movement would be different, and he doesn't really have the double-bladed lightsaber, it'd be single-bladed, so once again, that one could be a bit of a challenge, and maybe getting it confirmed with Lucasfilm could be weird, like, because they'll be like, oh, but you have to give him, like, you have to give him the single-bladed one because it's not accurate. I don't know, like, it could be a little complicated, both designing him and actually getting him approved, but I'd say this would be a really unique skin, and I think I'd see this one out of the 3 I listed be used the most. Now, for Bosk, this would be a very simple skin, and not much would have to be designed, I think, and that would just be a prisoner skin. We see this in the Rico Hardina arc for Obi-Wan, and it's just an orange attire, not much different. I'd say this would be used a lot, because, I mean, it's kind of like how the training droid skins for the Separatists are. They're kind of like unique and they're vibrant. I mean, it's not like you're going to stand out a lot. It's not like it's camouflaged, but once again, like, I think the player base really likes these unique, vibrant skins because they're just, like, so out there, but also, like, kind of like they don't feel out of place. That I think that this would be very cool, and I think this would be an epic skin because it does change him a lot. And Boss doesn't have many other appearances, so I'd say that he could have a prisoner skin, and a lot of people I think would be using it, even if it was epic as I placed it. Now, I'm gonna get, for the last 3 characters, it's gonna be a bit more obscure. They're not technically, I guess, considered, like, prequel era heroes or slash villains in the game, but technically they are in universe. So I'm gonna list these 3 characters in here as a bonus. First is Sidious. And I mean, come on, Emperor Palpatine is by far one of the most iconic villains in all of Star Wars, yet he has nothing apart from his default appearance. So I'd say it'd be time to finally add some prequel era love for Palpatine, and starting off with, I'd say, the Invisible Hand outfit. This would be a rare skin, and it's the attire he wears during the beginning opening scenes of Revenge of the Sith, while he's aboard the Invisible Hand. This one would be very unique because, like all of the prequel era, this probably would have his face before electric shock. So I mean, there's that, and also just because he's not cloaked in any way, it's just straight up you'll see his face. This one that might not be that plausible due to that, but also it's not that hard to implement, I'd say. So maybe adding this in would be easy, or easier than his other cloaked appearances. And speaking of cloaked, his second rare appearance would be, I'm calling the Sith Lord appearance. And this, at first, I was thinking more in the lines of like Episode 1 Palpatine and his black robes when he's like talking to Maul or talking to the Trade Federation. But then I decided to go a little more obscure and go to the red / black outfit he wears in his duel against Maul and Savage. Obviously, I don't think he should have his lightsabers, not even dual lightsabers, still giving like electricity, his force lightning, I mean, sorry. But, you know, giving him this like black and red attire would be really cool, because I mean, you don't really get that many like robed like skins like that. You only have black and brown, so giving him a reddish one would be really unique. And speaking of red, the epic skin, obviously, come on, Supreme Chancellor. Now, whether he'd have his burnt skin or his burnt face or pre-burnt face, I don't really care. But giving him that like shoulder pads, giving him like the red outfit, I'd say this one would be like the cybernetic legs on Maul. I would never get tired of seeing this guy running around everywhere. Now, to move on to Boba Fett. Boba Fett is very iconic, I'd say, but also doesn't have many appearances, at least not in the original trilogy. However, if we look at the Clone Wars, he does have 2, I'd say, very unique appearances that we could very well see. The first one might not be more likely, as he doesn't technically have his jetpack, although they could still slap it on, but then it wouldn't be canon accurate, and that's his Krait's Claw outfit. And this could be seen in some of the episodes of the Clone Wars when he's the leader of the Krait's Claw, I believe is how you pronounce the bounty hunter gang with Dengar and Bosk and Aura Singh and everyone. This one I'd say it might not be as plausible due to once again not having a jetpack, but then again, this would be with his young Boba actor. This would be legendary. And I'd say that a lot of people would be using this because it's like not his Mandalorian outfit if this were to be implemented. So kind of like Dark Ritual Dooku, you know, this one isn't that bad. Now his other legendary skin, I'd say would be very cool, and that would be Young Mandalorian. This would be in the cancelled episodes of the Clone Wars, as we saw a few years ago in Star Wars Celebration and the cancelled reel. This would be in his fight against his like duel against Cad Bane, and this would be him wearing his full Mandalorian armor, jetpack and all, brand new, without the blaster mark in his head, no scars, nothing. And once again, he'd probably be a bit shorter than what we have his height now, so he'd probably be shrinked a little down height-wise. Plus, give him the young Boba Fett actor from the Clone Wars, and boom, amazing legendary skin that looks very close to what we already have, but is just different, and like I'd say not many people would notice unless they pay closer attention, and that's just the love about it. You wouldn't know until you probably get close enough to hear his voice or to see him close and personal. And that's why I'd say that Boba should get these two skins, as they are very, very unique and could finally show some love and appreciation to the legendary bounty hunter. Now, to end things off, we have Darth Vader and the Fallen Jedi legendary appearance. Now this, I'd say, is very unlikely, as this may take a lot of work, time, and effort on DICE's part, and it may be hard to get this approved by Lucasfilm. However, if it were to get approved and they were to take their time into developing it, there is no doubt that this would be the best skin in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Whether it be hood up or hood down, I don't care. But, or if he even had his robe on, I just want an Anakin Skywalker skin with Darth Vader, where he has yellow eyes and he's just faster, he's more agile, he's just all around been improved. The blue lightsaber still, like, my god, this would be the best skin in Battlefront 2, even better than what we have now for Shattered Grievous. This would, by hands down, be the most unique, because it would change him up so drastically and change his moveset, not his abilities, just his moveset and his agility, and his attack patterns, but also just, it's Anakin as Vader. Like, you cannot just scratch that. Like, you can't just like scratch it off and just call it a day. It's just so unique, and I'd say that it would make people who choose the skin very like conscious. It's like, do I want to be more tanky maybe? Because let's say Vader, his normal Sith Lord appearance is like, he's more tanky, although he's slower. But then Anakin Skywalker, maybe he receives more damage, but like it's just faster. They could do that. There's so much possibility with this skin, and I'd say if they were to implement this, hands down, best skin in the game, no competition. Well, that's everything I have on this list. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you feel like I missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. That'd be very much appreciated. And if you do leave a like, that would let me know that you want me to continue this series, and that way I could start working on the next video, which would be obviously for Age of Rebellion, as that's the new content we'll be getting for the next few months. I'll do a original trilogy, heroes and villains skin list. Now remember, this is all for fun and games, and this is no way been confirmed by DICE, and I wouldn't be surprised if none of these even come out, to be fair. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed, and have an amazing day on the Battlefront.